Hello friends, it's me, your pal Bill Savely with Savages Disc Golf. I gotta talk to you about something. I'm a disc golfer. I'm a disc golfer. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Let's talk about a few things. First of all, I played a pickup game last night with a bunch of buddies and it turned out to be amazing. Second of all, I played in the Lombard Leagues, the Park Leagues on Saturday. No, not Saturday, Sunday. It's Sunday. Do you even think about what you're gonna say before you say it, or do you just go flat, 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 flat? I played today in the Sunday Leagues for Parks, and the course was changed to a location right by Oakbrook, over by Adair, not too far from my house. It's like 25 minutes. Rumor has it it's a really popular layout. It's a little difficult, some technical shots, and I thought, I'm gonna go. I got some already good card mates set up ahead of time, and let me tell you that today was awesome. Did I play really, really, really well? No. Did I play pretty good? I'd say I played a little bit better than pretty good. I would say I played over my typical average range rating capabilities today. And it's interesting because the last time I played this course, I just got killed. It's a tough course. There's a lot of shot shaping that needs to be done at this course. Tons of trees, low-hanging trees. There's water. There's elves that live in the forest. There's not elves that live in the forest. Why do you do that? It's a tough course, either way. Cut to the chase. I finished tied for third in the lower division. I believe those are people that have a rating of 850 or less. I'm not so sure how they determine who's in the lower division, but I tied for third in the lower division with +2. I only shot 2 over par. I thought for sure I was gonna shoot like 7 or 8 over par based on just the layout of the course, knowing what I think I know about the course. However, my skill set, my ability at this particular junction worked in my favor because I made a lot of really nice shots. I had some good shots off the tee. Let me tell you about my approach shot. So much better than normal. And we're gonna get to that because I'm gonna tell you the discs that I brought today for the round. Real quick, I'm just gonna throw it out. My judges, I actually putt pretty well today. I think I only missed two putts, but I made probably 3 putts that I know sure as shit I would have never made at this time last year or even a couple of months ago. So progress, and they're the judges. I love the judges. My throwing putter, the Envy, I brought that. This disc is the belle of the ball in my bag. And I wish they had this in glow because I would get one immediately. This is the Discraft Prototype Fossil. This disc is absolute money. 3103. So it's got relatively no glide. It's like a zone that doesn't stay in the air like a zone does. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's got, remember that little rim? I pretty much exclusively throw this on forehand. The forehand is getting a lot better, y'all. And this thing was money for me today. Absolute money. That is gonna stay in the bag, I think, to the end of all time. Let's go from reverse to first. The Berg. Actually, it's a Berg X, 1112. Had this in the bag for that little drifty putty uphill where I just wanted to come in and land and not roll. So I bagged the Berg. Also brought a zone. I never threw this. I thought about bringing it out of the bag twice, but I went to the Fossil instead, which turned out to be an absolutely amazing decision. So I don't know, this one might come out of the bag. My Fission Hex mid-range. Threw this a couple of times today, and again, I think my skill set is at the point now where I know form-wise what I need to do. I can usually execute it. So this disc grid did really well for me today, aside from maybe like 2 or 3 trees that once I get better at hitting gaps, I will, this disc will be even bigger money for me. The Crave. Generally don't throw the Crave. I brought it today. I threw it once. It was going to be the most beautiful shot in the entire world. But I sent it out a little bit too far to the right. It clipped a tree and went like in a terrible area, which I managed to somehow get out of pretty well with using the Fossil. Stop it. So what else? The Salamander. I don't know, this disc did really well for me for a while, and now all of a sudden I'm having trouble throwing it. So I might take this one out of the bag. This is a 6.6 -2.1, a little understable. I don't know, for some reason it didn't work for me today. The Chemtrail, basically a Leopard 3. I did not throw this at all. Against my better judgment, I not only brought the Volt, get it? Volt, Frankenstein, get it? Electricity, Bueller. Against my better judgment, I not only brought this disc, but I threw it. I threw it on one hole, and it's an overstable disc, 8.5, -0.52. This disc just went, and see you later. Way far left on a completely guarded Marksman basket. Now, a Marksman is a super narrow basket. The regular baskets are wider. The Marksman is like smaller. I guess the idea there is you buy one of those and you train to hit that, which then increases your ability of making regular putts on a regular sized basket. Either way, I threw this. This disc was a piece of crap for me today. But then, from that side, I threw the Envy on a roller. Didn't really have a putt, so I aimed for a gap, made the gap, ka-chink, popped right into that Marksman basket, saved myself a par on arguably one of the most difficult holes today. I made that putt and everybody just kind of looked at me like, seriously? Like, did that just happen? Yes, it did. So, the Volt, this disc will come out of my bag. As a matter of fact, get out of here. Thunderbird, thought about throwing it on one of the holes because I had a headwind and I didn't. So, but still, it's such a good reliable disc for headwinds, so it's staying in the bag. The Valkyrie, the get out of jail. I threw this on one hole because at the 300 feet mark is water. And I thought maybe I could get over, and I'm glad I didn't throw it that far, but this landed right at the water's edge. So that's what this disc is for. Hit or miss with the Gorgon. It's a shame because this stamp is absolutely sick. I love Wax Trax. Threw this a couple of times. It did pretty good for me. It hit some trees late in the round. So then what I did is I opted to use more of my Saint. This disc is absolute money. And again, I can't say enough good things about this disc. The Proton Trail. I threw this disc a lot today, and it's just money. It's absolute money, which is weird because the overall feeling of this disc when it came out is that it was too overstable, the Proton plastic, and I mean, look at this color. How are you gonna find this? Like in a field somewhere, but it works in the fall. Blue shows up nicely over the tan colored dirt and leaves and then the white of the snow. So I may look for another Proton Trail, like maybe in like a pink or a high vis yellow color for the summer, because this disc is money. And that was it. Those are my discs. So I don't know, the chemtrail. I think I might take this out of the bag. There, just did it. So tomorrow I have plans to go play Delwood sometime in the very start of the afternoon. I might play with some friends. I might play solo. I imagine there'll be a ton of people there because it's President's Day. But I want to practice one of the layouts for the upcoming Fraction Cup Run 8. Anyways, that's the video. That's a little in the bag. I'm constantly making changes to my bag based on how I throw discs. And I may get to a point where I nail it down and then those are the discs that stay in there. But in reality, because I'm a Gemini, I'm gonna look for options every single time. So this bag will fluctuate, which is why I make these videos for the 4 people that watch them. Happy Sunday. I hope you had a great weekend. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching and take care. So there was one more thing that I wanted to end at the end of this video, and it's this. Saturday, I took my wife to the airport. She's out of town for a couple of days. And in the chat on Facebook Messenger, we have a group of guys that chat amongst ourselves about disc golf and stuff. And that's kind of a way for everybody to communicate. Well, the message came across, poof, hey, is anybody playing? Poof, I could probably make it. Poof, hey, what about this? And I said, I can be available like 6:30-ish. Fast forward, 6 of us show up on Valentine's Day, 6:30 p.m. at the local course here in Berwyn. And it was so much fun. The weather was perfect. The guys that showed up were perfect. So we played 18 holes. The first round of 9 we played as doubles, best shot. And then the second round we played triples, best shot. And I hadn't played with some of these guys in a while. And I played pretty well because I'm getting better. I'm working on my game. And it's interesting to see people's reaction of how I play now versus maybe when they played with me in the past. Because it doesn't always necessarily translate score-wise. You have to actually play with a person and see how they play, see how their shots go. And I actually did really well, I thought, the other night. And I guess they did too. So we get to chit-chatting, and one guy mentions something innocuous about video games and about a video game store where you can go. It's an arcade, basically, like back in the day. And it's on Ogden. It's called the Galloping something. And I just casually go, oh my gosh, like my video game is in that place. And they're like, wait, you designed a video game? I said, no, let me rephrase that. My photo, I was part of a photo shoot for a video game. It's called Crime Stoppers. I'll put the image here. I said, yeah, I my picture's on the side of it. And they're like, oh my gosh, like what year? And I was like, I think it was like right around 1990. And I could see them all like calculating, and they're like, oh my gosh, I was 1 in 1990, or I wasn't even born yet, type of thing, And it's hilarious because then I forget, like, yeah, I'm older. To which I say, like, yeah, I'm going to be 60 this year. This year I turned 60. What? No way. And when I said that, when I said, yeah, I'll be 60, 60 came out. And then there was a change for me. There was a change in the air. It was palpable. Everything got calm. I couldn't hear the wind. I couldn't hear the sounds of the park. I couldn't hear us crunching on the still somewhat frozen ground. I couldn't hear anybody talking. I couldn't hear any breathing. And it dawned on me, yeah, I'll be 60. And I think my father at 60, at this point of his life, at 60, he had no idea that he only had 10 years left. 8 good years. The last 2 years were shit. But he only had 10 years. And I'm thinking to myself, my gosh, I can't, because now I'm in that season where obviously 60's not old. I do everything I can to take care of myself. I focus on what I eat. I focus on my sleep, my exercise, my cardio. I'm very active. I have hobbies. Can I be better with the food choices? Absolutely, but it's so hard because they put so much shit in the foods. That's another video. But you get my point. I'm doing what I can. And I've got a lot of good DNA from both sides of my family, but my mom's side, my mom's lineage is very hearty. So I have that going for me. So but it was so weird how everything just, and it really kind of put so many things in perspective on how we should live life every single day. We should do absolutely as much as we can and focus on the things that you like. Focus on the things that bring you joy. Especially now for me that I'm in this position of my life. I'm now into almost June. I will have entered my 60s. And I don't know how that's going to be. I will tell you this, I played Saturday night, last night, I played 18. I played 18 today. I'm kind of sore. I'm tired. A bunch of the guys and some of the women are playing tonight, I think at the park. There's no way I'm gonna make it. I'm tired. I'm a little sore, and I'm gonna play tomorrow afternoon. It's just a weird place to be, but I'm never giving up. I'm always gonna keep going, and you should too. So this is me encouraging you, hey, good job. Hey, keep going. Hey, that thing that you do that really brings you joy, keep doing it. Stay positive, stay focused. Live in gratitude, because it's such a great place to be. Anyways, this took a turn, but this is important to me, and I wanted to get this out to you. Thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.